Greetings, cyberdogs and citizens of the internet. This is RENDOG coming at you from the construction site of the Library of Kingdomcraft here in this Let's Play Kingdomcraft series. In the previous episode, we were working along with the other Kingdom Crafters to build this awesome structure that you see behind me. And in this solo episode, my friends, we are going to be adding a couple new features to the railway line, including a sweet-ass ruin structure in the swamp section and a giant wheat field in the plain section. And it is going to be absolutely freaking awesome, man. We're also going to be talking a little bit more about Kingdomcraft, as well as working out what we are going to be doing next in our solo episode. So it's going to be a jam-packed video, my friends. I hope you are freaking ready, and I hope you are comfortable, and man, I am super pumped to get today's episode started. So without further ado, let's play some Kingdomcraft. Well, my friends, I said it in the previous collaboration video, and I'm gonna say it again, man. I am totally blown away by what we have managed to achieve in such a short period of time inside of the Library of Kingdomcraft here, man. It is just looking absolutely freaking epic. In the last episode, we welcomed a new member to the Kingdomcraft family, CubFan135, and we all worked together to create what is slowly becoming a sweet-ass structure that we're gonna be using to put all of your guys' sweet ideas into. If you guys haven't watched the previous episode, man, pause this one and go watch the previous one so that you know what the jazz is going on around here. I have also added something for all my fellow Kingdom Crafters, a chest full of books and quill. I went for a little bit of an ink grind now. No one had actually got any ink yet, and the only way we're going to be able to record your guys' ideas is with book and quills. So hopefully the other guys will now start putting down some of your ideas into the library. In the next solo episode on this channel, guys, I'm going to be adding the very first idea that I think is absolutely awesome to the library. But man, this place is looking so freaking badass. But you know what, guys, we have got so much to do today that we don't have that much time to dilly-dally. Just having a look around the kingdom very quickly, looks like a whole bunch of awesome stuff is starting to pop up. There's a new building over here. It looks like Iskal's been hard at work on the walls. There's a couple more towers, looks like they're popping up over there. Make sure that you go and watch all the other guys' solo episodes that should be coming out this week so that you can keep up to date with what is happening around this particular mountain kingdom. And guys, I'm also super excited to show you the work that I have done to the tunnel over here. Spent a couple of hours on the server last night with Iskal, basically making this tunnel look a lot better. In my last solo episode, we were working on this tunnel over here, and I want you guys to keep an eye on your left and right peripherals, because what I have done is broken up the textures of the walls as we travel through. And as you guys can see, it's added a really nice effect. You can see every now and then there's a sort of break in the wall, in the wooden wall over here. There's some andesite in the gravel, and I think it just looks a lot more professional, a lot more realistic, and a lot more freaking awesome, if I do say so myself, man. I have also been working on the ramp over here. I think it's starting to look a lot better. I think what I'm going to do is add some beam structures or something like that over here, and maybe plant some trees, some very tall trees along the outskirts of this up ramp. But I think that's starting to look awesome, and I also want to work on the entrance over here. But guys, in today's episode, I want to work on two particular builds, and I've already set up a chest and a crafting table over there that has all the materials that we're going to need for today's episode. And basically what I want to be doing in today's episode is adding a little feature in this open space over here in the swamplands. I think that this swamp section is basically finished now. I really love how it's turned out. It's looking absolutely badass, but I still want to add one more thing in this open area here because I feel like it's a little bit bland, and I want to build something really cool over here. And I mentioned in the last single player or the last solo episode of Kingdomcraft on my channel that I was going to build a really big ass wheat field all the way in the plain section of the railway line, and that's all the way down here. Let's just get to the bridge so that I can show you guys what I'm thinking. So in that area over there, that big open plain, I want to add some wheat fields with an abandoned farmhouse, and I think that'll add a really nice feature to the railway line. But guys, let's get cracking with working on the swamp area first. And while we're doing this, guys, I want to have a very quick chat about Kingdomcraft and about, I guess I want to clear up a little bit of confusion. Some of you cyberdogs out there have been asking me in the comments, Rendiggity I'm absolutely loving this Kingdomcraft series, but I'm kind of confused, man. What exactly is going down in this series? And I think it's probably a little bit of confusion caused for two reasons. Number one, I have joined the server on episode 4, and I guess I didn't really explain myself too well in the last couple of episodes. So in this episode, guys, I'm going to sort of explain to you exactly what this whole multiplayer server is all about. But in the meantime, guys, let's set up a little foundation of the runes that I want to build over here. And I basically want to try and build a little rune that's going to be super ancient, that it's been here for a really, really long time, and that basically is a representation of the foundations of the library. When we first built it, we had a sort of compass structure going on. If you guys watched the last collab episode, the very first foundations of the library almost looked like a compass, and the compass was pointing in the directions of the different kingdoms that we're going to be crafting in this series. And I kind of want to emulate that compass structure by building, I guess, a little miniature compass kind of thing over here. And my idea was to create like a bit of glowstone in the middle like this. Maybe what we could even do actually is put it one block down and then put a little bit of water on top of it. I think that'll look pretty awesome. And maybe what we could do is have like the water going in here. Maybe what we need to do is get a little bit more water and create an infinite water source so that we can make this nice and still. And what I'm going to do, guys, is put together like oh, that was my bad. I placed the water twice. All right, here we go. I think we're actually going to make an infinite water source. There we go. So what I want to do, guys, is kind of make a compass structure that's going to go in. It's going to look a little bit like this. It's going to emulate what we built at the top of the library when we set that up. And what I want to do is use mossy cobblestone and mossy bricks. I think I've got a few here. Yes, mossy stone bricks. And I want to use some moss stone. And I want to use some chiseled stone bricks. And possibly some... Let's make a couple bits of slabbage also. Let's make a few stone brick slabbages over here. And do we have any cobblestone? No, we don't have any cobblestone, but I think that's okay. We can actually use cobblestone stairs, I think. And what I'm going to do, guys, is sort of make like a... check it out, right? So if we think about this as being like a really ancient rune that was crafted in honor of the kingdoms in this world, maybe we could do a little something like this. Maybe we only want to use one block of this chiseled stone like this. I know, my bad. Let's get like another mossy stone bricks in there. Get a bit of mossy cobblestone like that. That looks pretty awesome. And then maybe what we can do is add a nice straight line of mossy cobblestone bricks ending in a chiseled brick like that. Or maybe all of them need to end in a chisel brick. So let's swap these two around like so. And this is kind of be like a really cool little rune, I think. It's going to look pretty sweet. I do want some stone brick slabs going on over here, though. So why don't we try and lower this mossy cobblestone brick with a slab like that? And that's starting to look nice and ancient. Maybe we'll just add like a couple of stones like that. Okay, that's looking pretty sweet. And let's extend the compass in all of the directions. So it's going to be 2, and then the third block can be the chiseled. And in this case, I suppose the chiseled block has grown over with moss, and so has sort of broken off. And then what I want to do is complete the compass by adding like a line like this. We might need to extend the compass a little bit too in all of the directions, and I think that'll complete the look of this little rune over here. But in the meantime, guys, while I'm cracking on with this, I want to talk a little bit about what this series is all about. And you know, I was chatting with the other Kingdom Crafters on Skype a couple days ago, and we were trying to figure out the best way to explain exactly what we're doing here. And I actually think that it is actually quite simple when you break it down to the bare essentials of what we're trying to achieve. I'm just going to get a few bits of light up in here just temporarily so that we can work at night up in this place without interruptions. But essentially what we are trying to do is construct kingdoms on this Minecraft survival server, and we are working collaboratively to construct these kingdoms. That is the basic idea of the server. So when you break it down like that, it becomes actually quite simple to understand. Now, the secondary objective that we have is to try and generate some lore into this world also. We want to add a little bit of lore into the world, and we want to add lore that you guys come up with, and we think that that'll be a really, really awesome addition to the server. And that is why we have built the library of Kingdomcraft here, so that we can take note of the lore that you guys come up with and then stick it into our world. Now, I think the confusion has come from the CyberDogs in that I haven't really been working on the Mountain Kingdom. So in the very first collaboration episode of Kingdomcraft, the episode that I wasn't a part of, the guys took a straw poll on the video that you guys voted in, and you guys voted for the very first kingdom to be constructed. You voted for the Mountain Kingdom to be constructed, and that is essentially what we are working on right now, is the Mountain Kingdom. Now, I haven't been working on the Mountain Kingdom per se. I have been working on the railway line. So I have been focusing on basically the infrastructure of the entire survival world, rather than the kingdom that was voted in by the viewers and that has been worked on by the other kingdom crafters. So I think that's probably where the confusion has come in with you cyber diggity dogs out there. But I think when we finish off this little rune, and when we finish off the wheat field in today's episode, I'm going to start working on some structures in the Mountain Kingdom itself, and we're going to work really hard to finish off that Mountain Kingdom as fast as we can, and that means we can then move on to the next kingdom that we want to build in this world. And yeah, I hope that sort of clears it up, guys. I think that does make it a little bit more clear, right? Basically, we are working together collaboratively to build kingdoms decided upon by you guys, the viewers, and that is essentially the nuts and bolts of the series. It's a survival series, so that is also a really important thing to note. This is an unmodded server, 100% vanilla survival, and the second major objective that we have is to try and inject a little bit of lore into this world, and that lore is inspired by the comments that we get from you guys and the lore that you guys put in the comment sections. And we're going to be sticking your lore into the library of Kingdomcraft here, which is essentially going to help us to design the other kingdoms when we get to them. So I think that makes a lot more sense. It certainly makes a lot more sense to me, I think. But check it out, guys. This is starting to look pretty sweet. Maybe what we want to do is add like a... Maybe we want to just break up some of this dirt like this. I want this to kind of look like a ruined rune, right? I want this to look like it's been here forever, and that it's kind of dilapidated and kind of broken down. Maybe what we could do is add like a couple of mossy cobblestone blocks here and there, even just slightly away from it also. That could sort of indicate that it was built upon like a foundation of stone or something that's now sort of moved away or has become built over or something like that. So that looks pretty awesome. Maybe add another sort of half slab over here. I hear a baby. Incoming, baby. Take it. Take it, fast. Give me a hat. All right, there we go. Let's get that little bit of slabbage down there. I think that's looking pretty awesome. We've got a bit of glowstone down here too. And what we can do now, I think what I'm going to have to do is move this chest though. And then we can build up this little area over here. Incoming zombie. This place is certainly not safe to work on at night, but I really like working here at night because it's such a beautiful freaking area right now. It looks so nice. But what I think I am going to do though is probably break... What can we break here? Let's just break the chest, I think. Then we're going to have to set up another chest somewhere. Oh, I actually broke the wrong chest. That was my bad. Let's just set up another chest. Deal with the zombie. I do not want to hear a sizzling though. That's what I definitely don't want to hear. Right, let's just get a whole bunch of this jazz into this chest. Free up some space in the inventory. Alright guys, welcome back. This is starting to look pretty freaking awesome, and I think what I want to do is add a few bits of vines here and there. Let's add a vine to this one, maybe add a vine on this side underneath the mossy cobblestone so that we can still see that. Probably add a couple of vines to this pillar over here. And I think that's probably all the vinage that we want to do. Now, what I do want to do is stick a whole bunch of blue orchids around here, I think. Kind of like, you know, the blue orchids are feeding off the sort of magical entities of this room, if there is such a thing. Let's get a whole bunch of beautiful blue orchids placed around here. I think that looks really, really awesome. There we go. And I think the last thing we could do is probably add... I kind of want to add another little bit of water here. So let's pick up our bucket, go get another bit of water from the lake over here. And I think I want to add another bit of water right here. It's not going to really make sense though. It's not going to look very good next to this this slab. So I think let's go one down, add a couple of mossy bricks like that, so we actually get another little bit of depth there. That looks pretty awesome. We probably want to do the same over here, but instead of using a cobblestone, let's use let's use a cobblestone stair instead. So check it out, right? Let's do something like that. There we go. That looks pretty awesome. Looks like it's sort of worn away. That looks awesome. All right, let's get some bone meal going, and let's just grow up the foliage all the way around the rune. Don't want to make another blue orchid though. I want to get some nice tall grass going. I think we can probably pick up this crafting table now too. There we go. Let's get some grass growing all the way up in here. Man, an Enderman has been lured by the magical powers of our rune already, man. Jeez. That didn't take him too long to pick up on the magical juices flowing around here, did it? There we go. Yeah, look at that, man. That just looks absolutely beautiful, doesn't it? Really nice little understated feature. And, you know, you're not even going to be able to see the detail of it, really, when you're traveling along the railway line. But that's not really the point. I just want to make this whole area look really, really beautiful. Have something for people to see when they are traveling in this direction. Let's add a few more bits of vineage. Let's grow up the grass a little bit more. And that is looking, yeah, man, that just looks absolutely awesome. I'm going to have to come and pick up this chest at a later date because my inventory is completely full right now. But let's get a better view of this little rune structure that I put together. Looking really cool, isn't it? I think maybe, you know what, this glowstone doesn't actually look too bad. But maybe what we want to do is, maybe we want to make it less obvious. Now, maybe we just want to get rid of the glowstone completely and just keep that little bit of glowstone over there, which is going to be sort of glowing in this area in the middle of these ruins. When you're traveling at night, you should be able to just see that glow happening. That looks really, really awesome. All right, let's travel all the way back in this direction, come down the hill again and have a quick look at whether we can see that rune or not. So if we're traveling down like this, we can see that it's super lush on the right-hand side there. And as we come over to this bridge, we can see, oh yes, we can see there is something there, but we would have to actually stop and get out of the minecart to see what is going on here. And as you can see, man, it's looking super understated. Really, really pretty, man. That looks absolutely beautiful. Let's see if we can get a view of it from this side. I don't think so. I think that this hill will probably be in the way. No, look, check it out. As you're coming down the hill, you can just see the tops of the runes over there. So as you're traveling, in your right peripheral, you see this red mushroom, and you're like, what is going on there? And on your left peripheral, you see these sort of ancient pillars sticking out that you have no idea what is actually cracking up in there. And if we travel through this awesome little, hey, Skull, what's going on, bro? What's cracking, my friend? If we carry on going in this direction, we can actually see that there is a beautiful little rune over here, looking absolutely spectacular, man. Check at that. That is beautiful. Oh man, I know that my friend Escal is going to be super pleased with this particular build because we've been chatting about it on the server for a couple days now, and man, I'm totally stoked with that. I think that's looking freaking gorgeous, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Right, next step, guys, we're going to be working on some wheat fields on the plain section of the railway line. Alright, my friends, welcome back. We are at the area now where we are going to be creating some giant wheat fields and an abandoned farmhouse, and we have a ton of space to work with over here. I've just set up an infinite water source over here because we're going to need quite a lot of water, although that's not infinite. That is cute, but it is round. So let's get an actual infinite water source set up here so that we can avoid any future face palms. There we go. All right, infinite water. Now, what I'm trying to figure out here, guys, is exactly how we are going to be setting up these fields. I don't know if we should make rows of water or if we should make single blocks of water and then surround that with wheat. I guess it's probably better to make sort of single blocks of water and then surround it with wheat, because I kind of, when you're traveling along the railway, I want you to sort of just see wheat, and I don't want you to see anything other than wheat, really. And I don't really want to see strips of water either. So if we get our hoe out and get busy hoeing the soil over here, I think we can sort of work out exactly how big we want these fields to be. I think what we'll do is surround each water source with, shall we make it 3 blocks wide? I kind of want some of the wheat to be ungrown and then some of the wheat to be grown. I don't want it all to be the same height. I want there to be some discrepancy with how the wheat looks. We might even add some tall grass in between the wheat also, just to sort of break up the monotony of it. I think that'll look pretty awesome. So check it out, right? If this is one strip of wheat like that, then the next strip of wheat is going to be 3 blocks in this direction. So let's just make sure we align with this water source. 1, 2, 3. So the next water will be over there. And we probably want to go in this direction also. 1, 2, 3. Put the water there, and we won't actually put any wheat on here either, as if this sort of lake has eroded into the side of the field. I think that'll look pretty awesome. And let's go 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. It's got to be over here. And then we probably want to do another couple that way. I'm going to get all of these fields set up, guys, and I will bring you back in a moment. All right, my friends, welcome back. I have been tilling the land, and it is starting to look pretty awesome. What I've decided to do is make 3 major strips of wheat field. There's going to be one in this location, one in this location, and one in this location, and they're going to be separated by a strip of open land. And I think that's going to help to sort of make it feel like a very genuine wheat field. I mean, wheat fields are generally giant areas of wheat, but there are sort of strips in between them where people can walk, or where tractors have ridden, or something like that. And what I'm trying to do is every now and then leave some open grass inside of the fields themselves so that we can use bone meal to make some tall grass. And I think that's going to blend in really, really nicely with the wheat. It's also going to make it look like it's more of an abandoned wheat field. The idea is that on top of that little hill over there, next to the infinite water source I set up, I want to build an abandoned farmhouse. And the look that I'm going for here is a farm that has been abandoned many, many years ago, and it's been standing derelict for many, many years. Who knows, man? Maybe the farmer and his wife were eaten alive by a zombie in the middle of the night, man. Didn't that, or blown up by a creeper or something? That could be a pretty cool little bit of lore. But either way, man, I want to make sure that the grass and the wheat are looking absolutely awesome together. So this is looking pretty sweet, guys. I'm just going to continue to till this land, and then we're going to start to plant some of the wheat, and that's going to give us a really, really decent idea of what our final little wheat field is going to look like. Alright, my friends, welcome back. I've been hard at work sowing the seed of this freaking land, man. And let me tell you something, I don't think I've ever been through this many hoes in my entire life. Damn! I've gone through about 5 or 6 wooden hoes so far, and man, it doesn't seem to be running out. But I am pretty much finished here with laying down these fields, guys. As you guys can see, I've planted a ton of wheat, and it is slowly starting to grow in the glorious Kingdomcraft sunshine. It is absolutely awesome, man. And I'm just going to finish this off and then start to bone meal some of this grass around the wheat field, just to try and make it a little bit taller. I think I'll probably just go for max tall grass all over the place. That'll look pretty freaking badass, man. But I think I probably want to get a few more seeds planted here. I want it to be majority wheat, especially when you're traveling in both directions. But I do want it to feel like a broken up and very old wheat farm that no one's actually tended to for many, many years. And there we go. That's actually looking pretty awesome. And I think what we can do, how much bone meal do I actually have? I don't have that much, do I? That is unfortunate, but I suppose we'll have enough to sort of grow a couple of tall grasses in each of the actual fields. No, don't want flowers. That is cute, but it is wrong. And let's just try and keep it to sort of one fully grown bit of grass each. I don't want to have sort of duplicates all over the place. But once the wheat is grown, I think it's going to look really, really nice, actually. It should look really sweet. Now, I think I had a stack of bones back at the swamplands in the chest there when we were working on the runes. So I think I'll probably go and pick that up. Yeah, I haven't actually brought those bones with me. So I'm going to go and pick those bones up, guys. And hopefully by the time you get back, this wheat would have already grown a little bit. We'll have a much better idea of what it's going to look like. Compliant. Alright, welcome back guys. The fields are starting to come along quite nicely, but I actually think we need to make them a lot bigger. I think we probably need to add another 2 rows of fields in this direction, and I had a kind of brainwave while I was working on this, guys. I think what I'm going to do is add a bit of glowstone underneath the water sources, and that's going to make the fields have a nice, awesome, eerie glow at night also, and you'll be able to actually see the wheat fields glowing in the distance, which I think makes really, it's going to make for a really awesome effect. So I'm going to have to go back and get a little bit more glowstone though to complete all of this, and I'm also going to have to, I think, make another couple of fields here and also work on that farmhouse. But guys, we have unfortunately run out of time in today's episode, man. It's actually taken me much longer than I thought it would, but let's have a quick look from the bridge if we are achieving the desired effect. Let's have a look, man. What can we see? Well, we can see a wheat field all the way in the distance over there. I think that's looking pretty awesome. If we zoom in with Optifine, we can see it a little bit better. We're going to have a farmhouse in this location over here and maybe a windmill or something too, so that'll look pretty sweet. But from this position over here, I suppose the wheat hasn't fully grown yet, so we're not getting the full effect of it. I think we probably have to come a little bit closer to be able to see it, probably from this position. Yeah, that makes a little bit more sense. We might actually need to make some wheat fields over here also, so we get the full effect from the bridge. But I think we're getting a nice general idea of what these wheat fields are going to look like, guys. And I'm probably going to do a lot of this work off camera, but I really hope you have enjoyed this particular episode. Quite cool to see the different ideas that you can come up with, you know. Even just making wheat fields, man, you can make them look absolutely freaking beautiful. Well, unfortunately, my friends, we have run out of time in this episode, but I do hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, you hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, you hit that subscribe button. Of course, if you haven't watched any of the Kingdomcraft videos yet, I'm angry with your butthole, and I'm gonna shove a freaking prickly piece of wheat directly in between the cracky ass, unless you go and watch the other videos. Oh, thank you. So anyway, guys, it's been RENDOG'S playing Kingdomcraft, and we will see you guys in the next episode.